Happy Monday. Here I am, like, rubbing my eyes. Thanks for being back here again. I know I'm not exactly consistent here. I think I'm consistent in other ways, like the consistency that I define. So I don't do these video journals for the world, or a platform, or to get on a soapbox to preach a word or whatever. I do these video journals for me to document my life and my journey, and consistency. This has been consistent for me in a way for me to journal, as I have multiple types of ways that I've chosen to document my journey. So one is through like the journal app on my phone. Another is through like a written journal. Another way that I've chosen to start documenting too is through these video journals. And also kind of Instagram. Instagram is more of like the curated part of my life, isn't everyone's on there anyway. But I don't have like a consistent video journal practice. There are times where I find myself wanting to video journal like constantly, and I don't know if those videos ever got uploaded, but anyway, and there are some days where I kind of just like get this calling, and most of the time I would say my video journals get the calling when I just have so many thoughts just kind of racing through my mind, or maybe not thoughts, they just I just haven't found a way to like get it on paper, like from pen to paper, you know? And sometimes video journaling helps with that. It's also a form of self-care and self-love that I've done, to do these video journals. Anyway, so why today? The company that I was with, I like to say recently acquired. It hasn't been too recent anymore. The company I was with got acquired by a much larger company, and prior to this, I was actually leading meditation sessions every, oh gosh, I can't remember. There's a beautiful bird outside. So I was like part of like a small to mid-sized company, and we went to an extremely large company. And one of the things that people had wondered about was, Candace, are they going to have like meditations available? And if not, is this something we can still do? And long story short, this new company does have Meditation Mondays, is what they call it. I love it because they're a little bit longer than the sessions that I was holding. And so I just got out of a meditation session. How often do I meditate? Almost on the daily. It wasn't always like that. I always find it so special though when I get to be a part of someone's meditation that I'm not leading. And so today's meditation really threw me for a loop. I am in this part of my life journey of letting go, like Queen Elsa, let it go. And this year, so today is February 24th, 2025, and I am learning what letting go really kind of is. And I'm learning that it's a lot more grief and pain than I thought. I had this mantra placed on me during the pandemic. It was, don't look back. Don't look back. ironically. So like I went to church yesterday. If you know me, I don't really go to church. However, I have been going to a church somewhat consistently, somewhat regularly, since December. So I've been doing this for what, almost 3 months now. I will say I have missed church for like 3 weeks. I went back yesterday. Anyway, I am now like in this process of like, I've learned the lesson, don't look back, fairly well. And now I am learning this lesson of letting go. And there's a lot of grieving that's happening with this whole letting go. And no one talks about that. You know, I feel like it's very blasé the way it's described today, of letting things go. Oh, just let it go. And we have like this reaction where people are like, yeah, you're right, I should let it go. I'm going to do that. Or we have like this justified anger that happens too, right? Of, I'm not gonna let it go. Like, no, I'm not letting that go. But we never talk about like the sadness that happens in between, right? And there are things in my life that I, like, in my mind, justified holding on to them. Oh, my nails. Anyway. And so I had like this justified reason for not letting go. And now, like, I have this lesson of, yes, I do need to let go. And I've been getting these different images come to my mind over the course of February of what letting go is and what it feels like. And it's a grieving, right? No one told me this. Did anyone tell you this? And if they did, then why aren't you sharing it? Right? Because when we have to let go of something, we are releasing it. And we're saying goodbye to it. The other day, the other meditation that we had one week, I had this idea of letting go. You know, my eyes are shut and I go back to like 4-year-old me, and the thing that I was holding on to, 4-year-old me, was Petey. Maybe I'll show you guys Petey someday. He is this stuffed animal, like this stuffed little bulldog that looks like Petey from the Little Rascals, which is why his name is Petey, that my father gave to me when I was, I think 3 years old. I was 3 years old. And my most prized possession, I cuddled him to sleep for years, like into my adulthood. I'm now in my 30s. Sometimes I cuddle with Petey, but it's not like on a normal basis anymore. Yes, I did this like well into my adulthood, you guys, even after having 2 kids. And he sits on this blue table next to my bed now, and I give him a squeeze, and I rub him against my cheek during like times that I just feel like I need that comfort, right? And anyway, so I was doing this meditation last week, and it's, for the record, P is not the thing that I need to let go of. Sometimes we don't know what we need to let go of. Anyway, I will get to there. So I get this image in my head of 4-year-old me, someone trying to rip Petey out of my hands. And this person's just saying, Candace, let go. I'm like, no. They wanted to wash it. And my son actually has this blankie right now called Blinky. He's 10 years old, and every time we have to go and wash this blanket, like, we have to do it without him knowing, because he will absolutely lose his shit if he knows it's getting washed. because there's like a comfort and a smell and a feel to the fabric when it's dirty, apparently. And we know, right? Me as a mom knows that this is a good thing for me to like this blankie from my son and wash it for him, and you know, he'll get it back and he's always a little upset because it's not as stinky as it was, or like the texture is not the same. But the first thing that he always does when he gets his blankie back is he like rubs it all over his face and like wraps himself in it and like over his head, and he does like one of these things, and then he'll like stick it in his mouth. It's the weirdest thing. He's 10 years old. He's like almost as tall as I am, and this kid still does this. Even if you find this video and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe my mom posted this on the internet, I love you to pieces. And those are some of the memories that I hold near and dear to my heart, even after I pass in this lifetime. Anyway, going back to letting go. So there I was in my meditation, had this image in my head of Petey getting ripped away from me. And, you know, the person saying, let go. And part of me has this fear of letting go of Petey in this meditation, because like, Petey is like, he's old. And he has like a hole in his throat, and like his ears have been sewn back multiple times. His tail has been sewn back. He has like this hole on his back. And, you know, at 4 years old, Petey didn't look like that. But he is now 29, something like that. I should throw like a 30th birthday party for him. Anyway, I don't know. So this image happens, and then today's meditation was super interesting because I've known for a while now that there are things in my life that I need to let go of, but I wasn't exactly sure. I had thought that I knew, and then today's meditation happened, and the image that, you know, we were given in today's meditation was placing these thoughts that are up here, all of the hard thoughts, and sticking them on a train. Like imagining that I was on a platform and all of these thoughts up here that are just really heavy right now to carry and to have, right? Taking them to the train station, standing on the platform, and letting them go into the train. And there were some thoughts that came, you guys, thoughts that I did not expect at all. And I'm not ready to share them. Eventually, maybe I will. Anyway, so these thoughts, right, they unboard my mind. And they step onto this train platform, and I'm there standing with them. And the doors open, and they make their way onto the train. And I'm doing fine at this moment, right? Like, yeah, at the same time, I'm looking at the things that have boarded the train going, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that those were so heavy. Oh my gosh, like, how was I not aware of this? How was I not aware of how much this was carrying on me and how much this was putting on my body and my brain and my mind? And oh, it's so odd. And then, you know, the girl that's leading the meditation, she goes, now that your thoughts are on the train, right? And you're standing on the platform, wave them a goodbye. The doors are closing. The doors are closing. I lost it, you guys. Lost it. And the doors in my mind are doing like this slow close. Yet I knew that I couldn't, you know, like when you're trying to catch a train, you're like, no, hold the train. Or like even in an elevator and you like try to like stick your body in there, like a body part, to try to keep the doors from closing. And I didn't do that, you guys. I did not try to keep these doors from closing. Isn't that weird? That's so weird how that worked. So the door is shut, and the thoughts, the things, the people, everything that was on that train, right? Just did one of these things. And I cried, and I cried, and I cried. Oh, no one talks about that part of letting go, do they? And, you know, these things didn't try to get off the train. I didn't try to get on the train myself. I didn't try to stop the train. They just went. So, whatever it is, right, that you have to let go of, just know that it's not easy. That's hard. And there's a lot of grief. And I don't know how long you'll grieve for. I can't say that some of the things that like went on that train are things that I thought I had let go of years ago. Like 5-10 years ago. But I'm learning that when you don't actually feel things, right, they're kind of still there. They're just packaged away a different way, but you're still carrying all of that baggage, right? So I asked for wisdom this year from the universe. I try to ask for something at the end of each year so that, you know, I get into the new year and I receive these things. And so this year I asked for wisdom. Last year I asked for boundaries. There was one year that I had asked for joy, another year that I had asked for kindness. Anyway, so that's the 2025 update so far. I don't know, maybe that's why I've been so tired. I've been so exhausted, you guys. Like, fatigue, that's the word. A lot of fatigue happening right now. My autoimmune doesn't help. But my body, my mind, my spirit, my soul is doing a lot of work. If you follow me on like Instagram, then you would know that like fitness is it's a pretty significant part of my life. And I like my fitness this past month hasn't been where it usually is. And I was starting to beat myself up over it of like, why aren't you waking up at 4 a.m. to go get your workout in? Or like, why are you skipping out on these workouts? Like there have been, like I work out almost every day. Usually I take one rest day a week. But there have been weeks this year, you guys, where I've gone 2-3 days without a workout and my body is just so exhausted. And so I want you all to know, and for myself, right, that when you're doing work in your life, whether it's spiritual work or intellectual work or soul work, your body's going to feel it. Rest, okay? Rest is not the enemy. Rest is essential. My daughter, like I had mentioned to her because she was like, why are you taking a nap? I go, because I need rest. And she goes, ew. Oh. As a mom, I was like, what am I teaching you? Oh no. Oh no. Anyway. That's probably a video for another day. Thanks for listening if you're here. And if you're watching this at my funeral, I'm in a great place.